What's going on, guys? And a big long overdue welcome back to our Surviving Java Series 2. Honestly, it's been a good few months since I've done any recording, so I need to get back into the swing of things. Also, I don't even know what was the last thing we was working on. I know the project that we was meant to be doing, and I've sort of got some resources set aside for that. But I'm not too sure what project, like we're meant to be doing some sort of mega ice farm. Oh, the drowned enclosure was the last one that we actually worked on. Ah, really? So it's a drowned, rabbits, multi-tree farm, fox, zoo randomizer, bamboo, witch hut farm, dripstone. Forgot that we set up a dripstone farm. I've not actually been over to our industrial area since I've done that one. Never wood farm? Did we do a never wood farm? I don't remember doing one. But maybe we did. I should really double check that. We have updated to the 1.21.10 update. So we have now got access to, what is it, copper columns, I do believe it is. Let's grab a random jack-o'-lantern. So, if I remember correctly, just throw one of these onto that, and then we get a little copper column dude. So we have got access to these, although I wonder, yeah, okay, I just opened that. Although they can be useful in very small chest setups, because I think they have a limit of 10 chests that they're allowed to search before they start over again. So obviously in a storage system like this, they're absolutely next to useless. If anything, they're just a little bit of a noise machine. But I am pretty happy with the new torches and the new lanterns and stuff they've added. So I've got a bunch of them in our packs, in our boxes, in our packs, that's not a thing, in our light box. So I have got a bunch of the new torches. I don't think I've got a bunch of the new lanterns. Why have I not got any of the new lanterns? We've got solar lanterns, normal lanterns. Let's make this, is it just like normal iron around this, or is it also copper ingots around this? I'm assuming it's going to be copper ingots, isn't it? Like, that would be the logical thing. Let's have a look. Do that. Well, copper nuggets. Yeah, so copper nuggets. So we've got a stack of these. So throw them in there. Oh my god. Also, I don't know what to do, like, because there's so many new copper things, like, you've got the different copper golem statues once they completely oxidize, the different chests, there's chains now as well. But our filter, which is a full double chest, is already maxed out with all the different waxed and unwaxed variants of every single freaking copper block. And I haven't got room to sort of make that bigger, because I actually had to combine the redstone with the redstone components in order to make room for the resin. Although I've not even used the resin in any build whatsoever, so God knows why I even bothered to do that. There's a bunch of different... Dude, just... He's not even going to chest. I thought he had like a 32 block limit. Or is it just because he hasn't got an item? Do something with that. Do not put it in that chest. Don't do it. Oh, God, I hate him. So yeah, he puts anything that hasn't already got items in a chest. Unfortunately for our sorting system, that would be this main large chest, and now I have to wait for that one golden carrot to make its way through. I have also added a whole bunch of different texture packs, so we've got a whole bunch of different mods as well, because there's a lot of different mods that hadn't updated, so I'm using alternative mods for doing the same type of thing. None of them are game changing or game mechanic changing, and there's no game changing or mechanic changing mods on the server other than light engine optimization sort of things, but that doesn't affect the gameplay in any way. But yeah, so resource packs, we are running concoction of the vanilla tweaks. We've got happy gas costumes, just to make them look a little bit more distinctive depending on which way you dye their saddles. They have like different drapes that go over them. Emissive trims, but that tends to only work when you're running shaders. Dramatic skies I'll show you in a second. Rainy days just makes the atmospheric fog a little bit better. This one, the carry 3D items, is pretty cool. I'm not too sure if I like all of them or not. And we've got the lively turtle helmet just because, well, it made me laugh when I came across it. I've also got like another 30 or 40 different texture mods that I will implement using at different points. Where is my turtle helmet? So let me grab this just so I can show you what it looks like. Because it obviously doesn't change what it looks like in your pocket, the actual item texture. But this is just freaking amazing. It's like a little live turtle dude that sits on your head. It's like fully animated, his eyes move, he blinks. Which I think is really freaking cool. A little bit warped just sticking a turtle on your head, but I found it quite amusing. When I came across it, so I was like, yeah, you know what? I very rarely even wear the turtle helmet, but just, yeah, it just made me laugh. Let me put my torch box in there as well before I forget. We should be alright for the carrot. It's only got to make its way over there. Yeah, so all of the food items have a different 3D texture, as you can see with like the normal carrots and the meats and any of the cooked food like baked potatoes, cooked mutton, the raw chicken, cooked chicken. You can put them in item frames, so they do look pretty cool. I can quickly go and show you because this is, I don't know even if I remember showing this on camera or not, but me and Clowd built this like a year, 2 years ago. It was like a little restaurant just out the back. But over here we've got like a fish in an item, like an invisible item frame, which I thought was pretty cool. And then these are like the cooked variants, which are also in an invisible item frame, which is the mutton chop and the steak. And that's just on like a little grill area. But yeah, I thought that was a little bit of a cool touch, the 3D items. I didn't even get it for, I didn't realise they added them to be 3D items because it also makes the potions 3D. So as you can see, like the bottles 3D there. And if you grab, say, one of these guys, they're also 3D. Get out of my head. So yeah, which is pretty cool. I do like them, and I can definitely see utilising them. And because these now run directly from the vanilla game engine, the way that they've actually done it, I didn't realise it makes the actual carrot go down as you eat it. That's pretty cool. Because it uses the actual in-game engine, it doesn't use CIT rezone, which makes it a lot more possible. So updating these texture packs going forward, I shouldn't be running into issues like I did with the hat packs, where after CIT rezone wasn't getting updated, the texture packs I was using just became completely defunct and not working. So yeah, but the main reason I got it is because I saw in a little clip, like, it makes the buckets 3D, but then when you go into like third person, you actually carry it around in your hand, which I thought just looked really freaking cool. So I was like, yeah, okay, why not add that? It's not really going to affect my sort of graphics rendering all that much. Like, it's not going to break the game, and it's not making my PC run the graphics card in overdrive. So yeah, it also does it for the pufferfish bucket, as well as, let me grab an item frame and I can quickly show you. Where are you, item frames? There we go. You can go into here, throw you onto the ground, and grab an axle and a pufferfish. So do that, and you've got the little axolotl dude that just sits up in the bucket. So you can sort of have that on the side, and it actually differentiates the different axolotl colours as well. So you've got the pale, the yellow and the brown. I've not tried that is literally just a clownfish in a bucket. That is crazy. And then that's just a bucket. Pufferfish bucket. This one, for some reason, I don't know if it's like, yeah. So it does actually puff up and then it goes back down. But I don't know if that's on like a time setting or like an interaction thing. But I thought that was pretty cool. The axolotl does a similar thing where it sort of spins around in the bucket. But yeah, they're just a couple of the little curiosities that interested me. I've probably spent more time messing around with texture packs, checking them out, than I have actually playing Minecraft. over the last week while I've been waiting for different mods to update. Now, there was one mod that I was using which was called Bobby. Bobby sort of extends the distance that you're actually able to see around the world. So it sort of like loads it into your own computer's cache rather than the server being reliant on running it. So I can actually view for... I'm using a different mod called Distant Horizons now. So I've limited that to only 40 chunks out, so it's not too much of an issue on my PC. And that way we've got, like, as long as the area's been loaded at least once on my computer, the save data is held in like a cached memory folder within the Minecraft install. So rather than asking the server what is it that's over here, it'll actually just look in that folder on my computer and assign it the correct chunk ID. Now, it does, obviously, it's not loading every single individual item. So if you zoom in, you'll see that it's using like bare bones sort of rendering for the blocks. And because we can zoom in super far, you can just see that it's sort of like just got the general colours and the general shape of everything. So you can actually see what is where. Like that's going to be the Drowned Farm. That is our Halloween Mansion build. Halloween Church. That is Sizzle's post box. The police box. Size base over there. Cloud space. I haven't actually loaded it while I've had this. Oh my god, my hat. While I've had Distant Horizon, so it's not actually saved it in their cache as of yet. So what we can do is actually fly it over to his area, make it sort of load the chunks, so that way when we are over at our base we can sort of see over this way. Oh, this is the skins that I'm using for the Happy Grass. So depending on... Oh my god, he tied it to a skelly horse. Freaking Cloud. Depending on the colour that you actually dye the saddle is dependent on the type of skin that goes over it. So the pink one or the magenta is the pig. There's one over at my tree which has, I do believe, a light blue. And I'm fairly confident I want to say it's an alley sort of tarpaulin thrown over it. Where are you, guy? It's over here. Yeah. So yes, definitely an alley. And I really like it. The texture pack that I'm not 100% sure on is I'm using the... It's like an Epic Skies one. I actually had to install a mod to run the Skies one as well. No, it was to run the End Sky because I didn't like the End Sky Flash. So I've actually got the better End modded Skybox installed. So it just looks like a sort of purple cosmic sort of eclipse sort of thing. This one is called... Where are you? Dramatic Skies is the texture pack. And this uses... I forgot what mod. It is... It's like Opti Skyboxes. But yeah, it basically changes it so it's a much more realistic looking sky with realistic moving clouds. That works in the sort of spherical thing around the player loading it. It's just the way that the sky is generated. It's generated from that point in a big sphere coming down and then underneath you to like the void sort of area, and it sort of just rotates to give the illusion of everything sort of moving, which is pretty cool. But this one's meant to have like different aspects, like in the snow biomes I think it's like the aurora, like the northern lights, as well as shooting stars and stuff like that, which I do like it, but I don't know if it contrasts too badly with the world that is Minecraft. It's like the sky being that realistic doesn't blend too well with the rest of the world. I'm sure if I was running Minecraft in shaders it wouldn't be too much of an issue. But I have waffled on for far too long. We are actually going to go off and build a ice machine. But in order to do that, I actually need to go to the Nether and go to the Christmas village. And then from the Christmas village to where our current little ice tray farm is. Let's head on through here. Yeah, it's been... This is what I mean. It's like I need to get back in the hang of it because I've been talking now and I've been talking for a solid 14 minutes, 40 seconds. And yeah, if you know me, I can definitely talk uninterrupted for hours on length without an issue. We just went past the Christmas village. Over here. Cloud just came on as well. I don't know what he's working on. Luckily he didn't come on when I was over there checking out his what was I? Oh, I was just loading his area, so I cached it so I can see it from far. So I can snoop on him. We need to sleep. Sleep. Cool. Do one of them. Okay, so where are we going? We are heading... it is literally just to the west here. Awesome. So it's not far at all. So just over here is where we're going to be building it. I'm just going to be building it directly on top of... Should I build it on top? Or should I keep this ice tray intact? I'm definitely going to rip down this though. This needs to go. Because I sort of went AFK at this last time I was gathering snow. And as you could probably tell down here, a bunch of the blue ice got blown up. So when that happens, trying to get the minecarts lodged back inside the blue ice, it would mean me picking up all of this blue ice, relaying all the minecarts, putting the blue ice above it and pissing all the blue ice back down before getting the snow golems back in place. So because we're not going to need snow until, and I'm not a big fan of trying to fix this machine because it's like the third time it's broke on me, I think I'm just going to tear this one down. But the ice tray that we're going to be building today, should I just build it like over here instead? Just flatten out this little area and just have it sort of alongside the ice tray. Yeah, I think there's not going to be any harm in it, and the ice tray does actually freeze stuff a lot quicker than the machine that I'm going to be using. The machine that I'm going to be building is a system where it literally, it's just 2 long strips with, it's got a whole bunch of like pistons activating where it pushes ice into just one big massive block for you to then harvest after being like AFK at it for a certain amount of time. So anything else? Let me break all of this up. So yeah, what I'll do, I'll see what Cloud's doing. If he's not doing anything, I'll drag him over here to tear that thing down while I'm working on this ice machine. And we can jump straight into a time-lapse of me building it, and I can show you it working after it is all done and dusted. So yeah, catch you back in a sec. Alright guys, so it didn't actually take that long to get it up and running. By the way, we've got a whole bunch of mobs down here. Hello guys. Ooh. No, don't do it. Stupid Skelly was about to blow up the entire thing. Need to whack a torch underneath there. Is that everyone? Okay, can I have my log back? Thank you. Okay, so we've got that up and running. I left it running overnight with a bot online, and then I also had Clowd come over. He didn't help with the building, but he did actually do something else that I wanted him to do, which was tear down the monstrosity over there to save me some time having to do it later. And we've got a bunch of pillagers that have sort of built up from where we were AFK waiting for this ice block to actually be done. So I've just like created a little AFK spot to throw a bot in, or for us to go AFK with some triple layered carpet to stop mobs from coming and busting down the doors. I also encased the 2 redstone circuits in this sort of like just little block building thing, like framed with the smooth basalt, because I didn't want to use the, what wood is this again? Oh my god, I forgot the name of the wood. Pale oak. I didn't want to use that too much, and I wanted to use a different thing for the columns that were holding it up. My initial design was planning to have the redstone sort of buried underneath the ground, but I didn't bother doing it that way, and I don't know why. So this is the way that you harvest it. So you just go straight up here, and then you go to the top section. Make sure you got your silk touch pick. I've turned it off for the time being, so we can just go ahead and mine. I absolutely love the sound of breaking ice as well. Just get one layer sort of done. Awesome. And here we go. It's so trippy with the connected texture because you can't really see where the blocks sort of start and end. So what I'm going to do is quickly harvest this entire big block, and then I can show you how you're meant to sort of switch it back on, because the way it's built in order to make sure that their entire thing is filled with ice means that each section, when, my god, it's so loud, I'm shouting, that is that loud. Each section, once it's maxed out on how much ice it can actually push in, it'll actually push one layer of ice above, so you actually have to go harvest that afterwards in order to then start the machine back up. But let me harvest this and I'll show you exactly how much ice we can get from one harvest, and once I've done this I will bring it back. Alright, so after that we got 1, 2 and a bit shulkers, so just over a double chest load after doing a full harvest. And then we can just pop out at this door, and then we hop back up here, and then we go 1, 2, 3, and we can harvest this ice. Happy days there. And we do the same for the other side. Just so then it's ready to be primed again. And we can turn it back on. And as you'll see, the first layer of ice is already sort of formed there, so it's ready to go. And then, yeah, so it's all fully working and up and running. So we just go back to our little cubby hole, throw a bot in there. /player. Get some Steve in. Spawn. Little buddy. We're going to have to sleep as well. I don't know why he's holding the lime glass there. Come on now. Thank you. So that's the ice farm. What I'm tempted to do though, because it's a relatively simple build, the only thing that is sort of heavy in is pistons and observers, as you can see, mainly from the massive ceiling that we've got being activated by this massive layer of observers and pistons. The rest of it is relatively cheap, target blocks, some sticky pistons and normal pistons on both sides. I could build like another one of these behind this one and just extend the redstone line, so that way I don't need another separate clock or anything, but I will need another full tray's worth of pistons and observers for the top, as well as the sticky pistons and normal pistons for each side, so we can sort of daisy chain the modules along, so that way we're having more ice being produced while someone is over here sort of AFK. But that's the idea that I may do, like in between episodes, something I may tick away at. I need to get a bunch more of the observers and pistons being auto-crafted, which isn't too much of an issue. Let's throw you into there. We are going to want to pick you and put you back into there. Start collecting all of my stuff. And there before I forget. And then pick up all of this junk. Happy days there. And then I do believe Clowd has left a bunch of the materials over here that also need... Okay, there's a pig in there for some reason. I'm not going to bother with a hop on minecarts. I'm just going to let them despawn. So let's grab, say you, What other ones have we got that's nearly empty? Anything else? 23, 25, you're empty. So let's just start throwing all of the stuff that's stackable that we want to keep. Just put the snowballs as well. And then it should just be, oh my god, really? And a whole bunch of glass. Interesting. Oh, and you. Alright. So that is that project done and dusted. Now what I'm going to do, because this video is going to be going on for over 20 minutes now, I'm not going to bother going all the way back with you to spin the board, because that takes like another 3 or 4 minutes, and I have noticed that towards the end of each episode it is sort of just like I'm still going to go do it to decide what I'm next working on, and you'll find out from the next thumbnail what the project's going to be anyway. I don't think you need to be present for me to spin the board. It's relatively a moot point, but nevertheless, hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully you enjoyed the ice machine, and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.